Morning, beautiful being. It is lovely to see you. It is good to be out here. I'm going to show you the sky because it's got a beautiful, not full moon in it, beautiful 3/4 moon. I mean, look at that, really. No clouds, the occasional flying bird. You can hear them sort of twittering in the background. Let's just do a 360. Although mostly it's the sky that we're looking at, right? Because the sky is gorgeous. Here it is. It's just beautiful. This is the morning. Good morning, Linda. I thought it might be you. There is our sky. Good morning, Heather. Look at that. There's the view and there's the moon again. So, yeah, that's what we've got. Here's the garden. Looking sort of, cold, because it is. And got to show you some flowers, because we're here and they're there, so let's enjoy them. Good morning, Amy. Look at these. I'm going to try and get some focus. There you go. See how waxy the blooms are on the outside? They're really shiny. And here's a crazy thing. It is June. It is barely the start of winter. And, well, what can I say? We have jonquils. Yeah, they didn't used to flower until October, so, whatever. Good morning, Nora. It is all a bit peculiar. The narcissus have been opening early for years now. And, well, the climate's changed. Let's have a look at this. I'm really enjoying this. This is the cassia bush. Just look at the shape of the foliage. I love how it grows. Good morning, Sang Marie. Trust me, you do not want to be here. It is cold, much warmer in the Gambia. There's always something where you are that's just better. And look, there's the yellow daisy bush. And here's the view of the world. Mohammed, it's beautiful to see you. Good morning. Oh, it goes a bit dark if I show you the sky. So there's the garden. And the washing line that we fold up but don't actually take out because it's kind of heavy. So there it is. Let me just walk up the back and show you a few more flowers and plants and things, because I can. This is what happens to hydrangeas when it's cold. The leaves get sort of burnt and purple black, and they're fabulous. I love this. And the hebe is still making flowers. It's mostly finished, but here's one that's still good. There you go, you can see the detail of it. I love that. And clearly, it's done its thing. You get those brown seeds afterwards. And look, see, here's more really, really early narcissus coming up. This one's it's a very early jonquil. And I'll show it to you when it flowers. It's beautiful. Right, let me turn the camera around and get started. So, today, it just seems like time, and I even have a story I can tell you, so, it's just time to talk about challenge again, because, well, plenty of us are facing challenge. In fact, I don't think there's ever a time when we're not facing challenge one way or another, because here's the thing. If you have no challenge in your life, if you are human and breathing, you sooner or later will go and seek a challenge, right? We have to have something to aim for. We have to have something to move towards. That's just being alive. Because if you don't, first you get bored, and then you get depressed. Because, humans are goal-seeking creatures. Good morning, Hubert. It's beautiful to see you. So, I want to talk about challenge. Because this is what I know, and this is what I see over and over, and I can tell you a story. It's Maddie story time. Every single challenge that has happened, is happening, and will happen in your life is not happening to you, it's happening for you, right? John, good morning. I saw your little face pop up. Every single challenge is for you. And if you're like me, the first few times or many times I heard this and started to think about it and started to think, what? Hi, Jen! You really might screw up your face or, really? How is this shit that's going down, or whatever, for me? Hello? So, where do I start the story? About 5 weeks ago, some of you will know, my husband turned his ankle. Quite badly, as it turns out. There's some damaged ligaments, and they're ligaments that are going to require ice baths to bring the inflammation down. So, that's not fun. Plenty of things for me to go, oh God, this is going to be hard. And why did it take us 5 weeks to go and see a professional? Because we were in lockdown and I was busy and we were managing it at home and, the whole 9 yards. And there wouldn't have been much that was done different. We would have started the ice treatment earlier. Anyway, what was interesting for me when it very first happened, actually, was I had pretty much an, oh no, not this again response. Teresa, it's lovely to see you. Good morning, Dave. And we were just walking down the road, doing social distancing, walking down the middle of the road because there was no traffic and there was a single cat's eye in the road, hit it with his foot, turned his ankle, the rest is history. So he's been recovering, and he's been recovering very well, really, because it was bad. But still, 5 weeks later, there's a process, right? And it's challenging because I've got to drive everywhere. There are things that he can't do. And the thing is that almost 20 years ago, my husband had another much more serious injury. And it was bad. It was really bad. Now, he was never disabled, but he was in a lot of pain for a long time. And by a lot of pain, I mean he could barely stand up for 10 minutes to wash a sink of dishes because it all hurt so much. And it took us a long time. Morning, Deborah! It took us a long time to find the right people and the right information, because I didn't know anything about pain in those days. I didn't understand that the neurology gets programmed with it, and then the body chemistry changes, and then it becomes a program that's running in your head and in your body, and and it feeds back on itself, and round and round and round it goes. Did I say good morning, Deborah? It's great to see you. And the thing was, it just meant a whole lot of stuff that I had to deal with. Hi, Janine! And I did, because I love my husband. And, he never took a sick day because he wasn't disabled that way. He was just in a lot of pain for a long time. And yesterday, because we went and got some information from a very good health professional who even delivers painful news with a smile and a laugh. He's so good. And he's very competent, and I trust him, which for me is rare because I don't necessarily trust a health professional. But this guy, I trust to know what he's doing and not to, put you on the wrong path. And so coming home was like, and I recognised this response coming up in me. It's like, oh, shit. And I was starting to feel angry. I was starting to feel, oh, shit, my life is broken again. I thought, where did this come from? It's like, oh, God, this is going to take ages. And all of this, the old program, because it was difficult and it was for a long time. And I didn't know how to manage myself. And he didn't know how to manage it. We didn't have the information we do now, right? And it all started to come up. And I thought, well, this is great because tomorrow morning, 2 hours ago, I can change this. This is an old and painful program, and now it gets to stop. This ends. All of which is to say that challenge, not just for him to overcome pain again, which is a whole other story as to why he's doing that. It's not going to take as long and it's not as bad. But for me, to have this opportunity to recognise a deeply painful and restrictive and limiting program that energy was in my body, okay? Stuck in my body for 20 years. How else do you think I'm going to see it? Even know that it's there? So just from that perspective, this challenge is for me. It's like, oh shit, really? Did he need to injure himself again for it to come up like that? I don't know, maybe. Hi, Jane! I'm not going to go digging for more relationships. So you can see the point I'm making. And many of you, and this is a shift, right? This is the shift that Nora, that you mentioned yesterday in your comment. This is the shift. Is if this crap, this shit, this whatever it is that's happening for you and me now is not actually shit, and it's not actually crap, and it's actually perfect co-creation. Because remember, and trust me, I'm really living and embodying this now, although it's a real dance because of my old programming. If every single person, being, thing, blah, 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 is the unified field embodying itself to have an experience, just think about that for a minute. Carmelina, lovely to see you. Thank you for giving us a perfectly timed pause. If the unified field is standing here, looking out of my eyes, speaking to you, and the unified field is sitting or standing or moving in your body, listening to me, having an experience, then how could loving intelligence and intelligent love be screwing up? And how, except by passing our programmed judgments and, and what we think is good and what we think is bad, does the unified field get to look at its beautiful, perfect, unimaginably amazing and incomprehensible and unknown, and don't recognize it and don't understand it with our human mind, creation, with anything other than complete, oh, I created this. Oh, it must be working for me. And inherent in this creation of mine, in this challenge that I have created, I must have left myself an answer. I must have left myself a keyhole or a door, or, And so if it's there, if I assume, if I know because of who I am, I'm the unified field. Remember, I'm the divine observer, having an experience, being human and creating and polarity and the width of experience humanity. If I'm all of that, and I'm intelligent love and loving intelligence, I wouldn't have locked myself into some kind of torture. I would have given myself a gateway or a doorway or a keyhole or a window or something. So, when the human part of my brain starts to scream that there is a tiger in the room, mine was doing that yesterday. It really was. And I noticed it and I thought, you're trying to tell me that I should be in stress and that there's the next 20 years of drama to run away from. No! I really got quite determined. As you know I do, when I spot these things going on. My body really wanted to be my mind and say, this is going to be bad. Now you know how bad it's going to be. It's like, no. So if the answer is inherent in the question, and if everything challenging about my life right now is for me to overcome it, because the part of me that has to overcome, the part of me that has to be overcome, I have to overcome that if I'm going to become the solution that I desire. Because remember, the solution is not outside of you and me. We keep wanting to say, I need to go to the right doctor, or I need to do the right diet, or I need to wear the right clothes, or I need to send the right protest message, or I need to, whatever. But actually the solution and the answer that we are all seeking is within us. And so if I somehow hold the answer to my own question, and it doesn't mean that we don't do any of those things, by the way, but why we do them changes, because it's not, I have to find the answer out there. It's like, I'm feeling a pull to go and see that person. I'm feeling an impulse to do this particular thing. And I'm going to trust that, because this is the unified field, the divine observer, intelligent love and loving intelligence inside me saying, hey, go do that. Trust it. You're okay to trust this. Because the answer you seek is here, and don't get all tied up in what you can see that scares you and makes you think that it's going to be the same as last time, because you're a different person from who you were last time. Are you going to go back 20 years, Maddie, and become that scared person again? That was the choice I had to make last night, and this morning, sitting down, my body kicked and screamed. Not literally, I didn't scream literally, but my body always gets kicked around by the energy. And it's like, frankly, it's a relief. And the harder it shakes, the more I know it's fighting. But it always lets go. And it's always a relief. It's like, oh my God, the motor cortex is finally shut off and we're going to have some peace and quiet here. I get beyond myself. And into the space where the answer is me, which is really what I want to talk about. And I got to check the clock. Right, okay, we're doing good. So, if I am the unified field, if I am the divine observer, if I am loving intelligence and intelligent love in this tiny holographic container having a human experience, then whatever the question is that I've asked myself, I'm also part of the answer. And I'm also connected to the answer if I can just get beyond myself and my logical thinking and, and all my experiences that say, oh no, this tiger that ate you before is going to eat you again. If I can let go of that for long enough to relax into myself and think, oh, okay, right, there is an answer. And beyond that, all of these things that look scary and that look painful, maybe they're not. Maybe there is pain, but there isn't suffering. There's a whole philosophical discussion here. The things that I was receiving and understanding when I was in the field this morning, I can't communicate it all. But the point is that you have a choice to look at your challenges and say, well, they're happening for me. If you say they're happening to me, you're a victim. Simple. If it's happening to you, there's nothing you can do about it. But if it's happening for me, if this current unfolding with my husband's foot and everything else is happening for me, and the only thing that matters is who I want to be and who am I when the answer is here? Who am I when I don't feel any worry or, oh God, it's going to be so hard and it's going to hurt so much. Hi, Jocelyn. Who am I when I'm not like that? Because if I'm in the, oh, it's going to be hard and this is going to hurt so much, I'm reinforcing, I'm actually anchoring him into that, and I'm anchoring myself into that. Do I want to do that? No. So, who am I knowing that this is going to resolve and faster and easier and better than I can ever imagine? Now, for me to embody that in my day, that's a different thing. Trisha, Nicole, it's lovely to see you. Tracy, woohoo! It's just crazy, Daisy. It's insane. I have to take one head off and put another one on. Because the old me is like, oh, God. And ice baths aren't fun, especially when it's cold. But that's what we've got to do to bring the inflammation down. And maybe we can, maybe we can practice coherence around it. Maybe we can do something to make it it's never going to be pleasurable, but, the intention you wrap around something and the space that you hold around it makes a huge difference. So this is a challenge that I'm facing, and I know it's for me to overcome my old reactions and responses that say this is going to be hard and difficult and it's going to go on forever. Really. That is the old program, which I'm now breaking. I have to break this. So, choosing. If you hold the answer and you are living and breathing and being the answer, who are you and how do you behave? Skylar, Kaya, it's great to see you. That's the question. And today for me, this is the tail end of the conversation, the unified field, that I stand here and look at you, it's like, I am just a shell. It's looking out of my eyes and I know it's talking. I said, look, all you have to do is stay out of the way today and let me live this day, and this beautiful energy that we just created. And I said, well, I'll do my best. And it said, that's all I ever want from you. So, oh, okay. I can't guarantee I'm not going to get in the way today. I just know that I'll do my best. And you know what? That's enough. The unified field, loving intelligence, intelligent love, the divine observer, and I can work this out. And tomorrow, we'll make a new creation, and we'll live that for a day. That's the journey. That's what we have to do. Well, we don't have to do it, but that's what I choose to do. Erica, Nefertiti, it's great to see you. I got to check the clock again. Oh my God, we've got 2 minutes left. Why don't we spend these 2 minutes creating a little bit? Come into your heart. You know to expect this, don't you? Put your attention in your heart. Now, if you don't know what your answer feels like, if you're not even clear about what your question is, right? Because we have that challenge quite often. Here's a thought. Why don't you just, this just flew into my head. Imagine the word answer or resolution or solution. Just pick a word. That's what you want. Put it in glowing, beautiful writing. Okay, I'm seeing sort of gold and orange, but that's quite typical for me. That it glows. Or have it as a sound. Or have it as a feeling. That word, put that feeling in your heart and simply breathe it in and out. And remember, you can breathe it in and out of you. Imagine the huge word solution just all around you as big as the sky. And then you breathe it in and it arrives and you can feel it. You don't know how it looks. You don't know what shape it's going to take, but you feel it. Go and try it. Breathe it in. Explore this. You see, you can be very creative and you can do it very quickly. You change your focus. You think, okay, I'm breathing the word, the idea, the intention, and the feeling of receiving the solution. Just breathe it in and out of your heart. Breathe it in and out of your heart. That's what we do. And I can feel you doing it. Tanuya, it's lovely to see you, honey. Good evening to you. It's morning here, of course. On the other side of the planet. We do all the same, all the different times, all at once. So that's what I wanted to offer you today. Tell you a story and say, I'm going through it too. But we have the choice in every moment. Am I the answer or am I the question? Am I the solution or am I the problem? Which will I embody now? And it's a deep question. But if you come into your heart and you decide who and what you want to be, and you focus on that, and you put your attention there, and you breathe it and you make it bigger, you can do it. If I can do it, anybody can. You sure can. Much love. For those of you who are going to be on in 3.5 hours, I will be back to give you an update on our Sang Marie in the Gambia. It's challenging times there too. And that means there's wonderful opportunity. Big love. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.